Okay guys, I'm gonna show you how to plug this thing in and get it started. So here is your laser. You're just gonna attach it to the actual machine right here. So this moves up and down, and for the meantime, we're just gonna lock it in kind of where it comes to an end, flush right there. And then you get this cord and just plug it in. Now you are going to get your power cord and plug it in. And then when you're ready, you just hit the power on. That's it. That's real-time sound, so you guys know. And just like that, it cut this balsa wood so nice. It has a little indentation. You can't really tell from the video, but it's so pretty. So here are some wooden shims. We just had these in the garage. I was trying to look for anything wood. I am going to make garden stakes with this. So you could literally just customize your whole garden with these. Right here, I did oregano, and you could just hammer this into the ground. You could seal it and stuff before so it doesn't get ruined, but there it is, engraved. So cute, and I'm gonna walk you through the steps. So now make sure that you are connected. Sometimes it disconnects. Okay, so you will see this page. You're gonna hit start creation. You can upload gallery from images that you save from the internet or anything else. I'm just gonna add Word, and it'll type it in right here. I'll type it. Basil. And the font, there's not a lot of fonts. I wish there was more. So I'm going to do basil and hit confirm because I'm just doing this. And then for this part, you're going to hit parameter. And over here in the very corner, you're going to hit line. So like the line shape of your letters, you want to fill that. You don't want just like an outline. And then confirm. So see how solid it is? So now close this parameter. There it is. And then you can make it bigger or smaller by dragging it. This square is the square of your thing. Obviously my wood piece is not this big. So in your book, depending on your laser, so I have the 455 10 watt, and I also have the 1064 1 watt as well. So basically on here, you're gonna see you could cut craft paper, plywood, solid wood, cork. See how it says blackened? That's when you're gonna need a specialty, either paper, pen, there's paint versions, spray paint things. Because if it's super reflective, so ceramic can be shiny, glass is definitely reflective, acrylic is reflective, some metals are reflective, so you're gonna have to blacken it. That's what that means. But because I am cutting little wood stakes, I'm considering it solid wood. So you know you're gonna need a 70% power, the speed is 6,000, and the interval is 0.1, which pretty much everything's interval 0.1. So on here, when you have your image or just basic words like what I've been doing, you're gonna hit parameter, and you're gonna see right here, your power is at 50%, but my power said it needed at 70, and I'm bumping it up to 70, so you can see right here. Well, it's 71, but whatever. My interval is 0.1 millimeters, and then speed is the 5,000, and it said it wanted it at 6,000, so I'm just gonna type on that, click on it to type on it, and re-enter it, and I'm gonna do 6,000. Done. So now I'm at 6,000, the 70%, the 0.1. So again, you would change this every time you're cutting something different, or the depth of how much you want to engrave it and stuff. It's definitely a learning curve to play with different materials and have fun with it. So here is the wood shim, and as you can see from the side of this, one side is thicker than the other. You need to set your laser every time you are cutting something. You need to set the laser to the max height of whatever you're cutting. So for instance, let me zoom you in here real quick so you can see. So this little screw right here, loosen it up and it adjusts your laser up and down. You're gonna want it to put this little plastic thing facing down, spin it downwards so that it touches your project, the highest part of your project. And then you are going to lock your screw into place so your laser does not move up and down. Once it's locked in, turn your plastic piece back up, and you should be able to move the object around without it hitting anywhere on the laser. That's when you know you set it right. So now from my iPad, I'm going to hit the preview button, and this little laser is going to move around on where it's going to laser that word. Obviously that's in the middle of this steak and it's huge. I don't want that. So, but I just press preview so many times to like get a feel for where it's gonna go. And you can see right here, I move it over so that I want it printed, I should say, on the very edge. And as if you can see, it's a little too high there, so I'm gonna adjust my stick. And so you're just playing around with this. There was a tutorial on how to do like measurements and stuff to do this, but I'm not gonna do that. I just move this thing around until I see that little nozzle on the laser is kind of centered to where I want it to be. Now put your protective goggles on and you can press the engraving button on your iPad. So I'm gonna turn the machine off. And look at this. This is so cool. So this is at 80%. It has much more of a groove on the like the depth of this. So cool. Put these into the dirt. As you can see, I had much different sizes. So it can get, it's not like a cutting machine where the cutting machine has to like stab into your paper, drag it, and cut like a knife. This is a laser. There's no contact. It is the laser on the wood. So neat. And I know they sell metal ones of these, so you could totally engrave on metal as well. Okay, let's engrave some wooden spoons from Hobby Lobby. And I did stick sticky stuff on the bottom. See how this thing isn't moving? Because it was, this fan is very strong right here in the laser. So every time it was going, when I was tracing, or not tracing, but seeing where it was blowing the top portion like this. So it was spinning it like spin the bottle. Wait, look at that. So cool, look at that ho-ho. Now I have a custom little scoop. Guys, I'm over here like, what woodworking shop am I gonna open up on Etsy now? Oh, look how cool. Just a cute custom. I'm gonna do this for swaps and stuff. You guys know me, I'm a crafty page. You could do this for teachers' gifts, all sorts of gifts, gift baskets. Like if you do a candy basket, do a fun little wood scoop. I got these at Hobby Lobby for, I don't even know, $4.99, 50% off. So cute. Okay, so for this tutorial, I'm going to engrave on these. These are from Dollar Tree. I am going to take the clear plastic off. As you can see, it is shiny. This pen comes with this. So I'm going to blacken this out. Okay, you don't want to go over it too much. So if you go over it, over itself, it like erases it. So I'm just kind of jabbing it. My laser's over here in the corner. You want to turn this downwards. So the nozzle's going up and down. And you're gonna lower your foot. It's kind of like a sewing pedal. You can hear it hitting. That's how you know how low your surface is, and then you want to lock it into position and then lift your foot back up. You can see it's not hitting anything. So I'm going to turn it on and you'll know it's on. It sounds like a drone, like a little fan in there is spinning around. So that's what it looks like. So it worked. It did not laser my house down. You can see the reflection right there. It's not as fun on clear. Like maybe this would look more prominent on like a colored acrylic. It does say that it works on hard plastics, even though everybody says do not laser plastic because it just melts. Anything like that, foam, styrofoam, that all just melts. So acrylic is somewhat, you know, it's meltable as well. And I just did the settings that come in the manual. I probably would have went a deeper intensity to give more of a feeling with my hand because I can't really feel basically like the embossing of it. So, but anyway, it does work. So exciting that it works on acrylic without melting it. Okay, moving on to the next tutorial, we're gonna engrave on some metal tags like this from Hobby Lobby. So you do your text like I showed you guys, and then you can also right here do the graffiti. So if you want to do like keepsakes and like have your children's writing like per year, you can do it. Like say they're in kindergarten and stuff. Mine looks like kindergarten writing, but you could add that to your project as well and do like a Christmas ornament. So for this part of the tutorial, I did go ahead and switch out the laser. This is the 1064. It's like the upgraded one that you can attach to any of these machines. And I'm gonna cut metal on it. I did blacken it out with the marker. This one does not have the orange shield on it. So if you are using this one, it's the same concept as the first laser. This one has a metal leg. I'm gonna call it a leg. You move the leg down and that's how far you need to be from your engraving piece. You'll notice a tiny little red dot. This one does show where the laser is engraving at. Okay, it engraved it. So cool. Like you can do your own handwriting. Like I said, the idea is like with little kids and stuff. I don't like that font. That space is way too big, but super, super cute. This setting was with the bigger laser. It was at a 6,000. I guess I was supposed to do it at a 7,000. I didn't pay attention. And then I did it at 80% with the 0.1 millimeter spacing. And it did that. I don't know if there's like a stain that you could do on some type of like, I don't know what this is, like a thin sheet metal to just make it stand out more, but so, so cool. So, so awesome. So those were the Hobby Lobby tags, just thin little metal. I don't know what type of metal they are, but that was using the 1064 versus the 456. The bigger laser cut way better on this than the other one did. So it is specialized for metal and stuff. So both of these lasers fit on the same machine. The orange one comes with the machine, and then you can upgrade to the 1064 laser if you wanted to cut like more intricate things. You could cut stuff. Right now I'm just engraving stuff, but there's tutorials and stuff on how to like cut through wood. Even the software in the program shows like you could purchase stuff. There's some free items in there. You can make like little 3D wood figurines and stuff. Overall, awesome machine. I'm obsessed. I want to buy all the things to customize. I know that they do sell razor legs, like they raise the machine so that you can cut tumblers and stuff. Like that'll be a super cool gift to give people. There's also a tumbler roller thing that you can attach that I want to see if it works with this machine, all sorts of things. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.